Welcome to the Eudora Times Post-Game Show. I'm your host, Cuyler Dunn. I'm joined now by Cardinals seniors Nate Steinlage and Brayden Haynes after the team's shootout win over Tonganoxie here in the playoffs. Overall, very tense game, very close game, but what were your reactions to the win?
I just knew that once we got into PKs, I knew what I had to do and had faith in my boys. So I was happy we got out of there with a win.
I like to put all my trust in Nate, and I knew once he saved that first one, and I went fourth on purpose to be the closer. When I closed it out, I went straight to Nate because I knew he had all the credit.
Yeah, obviously the penalties. What were some of the keys to back and forth game? A lot of pressure, a lot of intensity. What were some keys to kind of staying locked in and making sure you could get it done in penalties?
Just having something to look forward to. This team, we've had the best season or regular season, and we want to do more. So just keeping that hope alive. That's what got me through it. So
exactly the same thing. Just hope. Because best record ever. First time winning league. It's amazing. It's just the drive.
Yeah, kind of a slow start out of the gates. The wind was obviously gusting like crazy. So, what were some keys to kind of making sure you could bounce back and get your feet back under you in this one?
Just not being nervous at all. Last game we came out, we were just really nervous. We almost looked like we didn't know what we were doing, but this game, we knew what we had to do and knew how to do it, and so just keeping our nerves down. That's how I think we got through it. So,
yeah, the wind was definitely a factor. We had to stay possessed when we were going against it, and with it, we were just trying to score.
Yeah, came out in the second half and kind of immediately put that free kick in early, got the momentum back. What was kind of some of the things you discussed at halftime to kind of turn the game around there?
That even against the wind, we were having shots. It's almost like it didn't really matter to us whether we were with the wind or without the wind. We were still putting pressure, possessing well, and keeping them away from shots. That was a big thing. Is we didn't want to go down by too much or at all during the first half against the wind. So even though we were putting shots with or against the wind, so putting that pressure on them to bring back the second half and go against the wind.
Yeah, definitely keeping the pressure up, doing everything we need to do. It's just I don't have any words. It's amazing.
Don't have too much time to rest. Obviously, back here on Thursday for a Halloween game. What are going to be some keys, some takeaways from tonight to make sure you can get the job done there?
Just finishing. We got to finish more. It's coming from me as a goalie, but all of our forwards can shoot. They just got to find it in themselves to do it.
I mean, our midfields and forwards can shoot. They just got to find the confidence, definitely, because once one person shoots a couple times, it usually gets the team going to shoot. And we just need to shoot.
Yeah, with the shooting, it's from years past. It's everyone years past. Everyone wants to shoot, but this year it's like they just want to. They're selfless. They want to pass to. They want to give someone else the glory. So they just need to learn to, if they have even a sliver of opportunity, that we always say, take the shot, and hopefully the goal will come with it.
Yeah, obviously both of you mentioned a successful regular season. I know that you all have high hopes, high goals. What's kind of some things that you need to focus on moving ahead to make sure you can get where you want to be?
Just focus on the game ahead. You can't, if you look too far, it's gonna punish you. So you just got to look at the next game, and after that game, you look at the next game. But you look one game ahead and focus on that completely.
Yeah, definitely one game ahead. Don't look back at any games. Obviously, we go to play Ottawa. We didn't do very well against them, but we got to come out better than we did last time.
Yeah. Thank you. You're watching the Eudora Times Post-Game Show. I'm Cuyler Dunn, reporting for the Eudora Times. Welcome back to the Eudora Times Post-Game Show. I'm your host, Cuyler Dunn. I'm joined now by Cardinals soccer coach Darren Erpelding after the team's penalty kicks win over Tonganoxie. A tense one tonight, a close one tonight. What was key to coming out on top?
Guys just kept fighting through it. We had several chances to win the game, both halves, both overtimes. And, we went to PKs, and, it's not the first time we've gone to PKs with them. And I've been through a few of them in my day. So, but we had the better keeper. We have Nate. So I knew that we had a really good shot.
Yeah, you mentioned penalty kicks, kind of almost a whole new game when you get to that point. What were some of the keys to making sure you came out on top? Obviously, Nate and a couple goal scorers there.
Yeah, Alberto stepping up and hitting the first one, that was huge. And then their kid coming up and missing the first one. It gives us a ton of confidence because, all of a sudden if our second guy hits it, now we're up 2-0. And it puts a lot of pressure on their second kid, and then Nate makes that save. And it's just kind of I think the guys really believed that they were going to come away with it. So, yeah, I mean, PKs are always tough. You don't want to end in PKs, and John for Tong, he'll say the same thing. But it's part of the game, and, you know, we could have been here for 10 hours if we don't have PKs, you know. So, you know, yeah, just really, really pleased with them putting balls away and then Nate making a couple saves.
Yeah, kind of a slow start, let one in really early. What did you see from the team coming out of the gates that kind of led to that?
Well, we knew, I mean, you know, the wind howling, and, you know, we didn't get out, and I don't know if it would have mattered, and the ball came in, and actually Dylan, my assistant, he actually took responsibility for that goal because he didn't play a bunch of balls in to Nate, and so Nate just, he 9 times out of 10, he makes that save. Mm-hmm. I mean, either tips it or catches, just one of those deals. And then, you know, so the guys, but they never panicked. You know, we had several opportunities in the first half, and was very pleased with, honestly, I mean, I was pretty we did a lot of good things. I wasn't the most positive on the sideline, I'll be completely honest with you. I was pretty negative. And there were some guys that didn't get in tonight, but they got to be ready to go on Thursday because we're going to have some tired legs, so they're just got to step up and in the regional final. So
yeah, able to bounce back, obviously get the goal early in the second. Kind of had the pressure on for most of the match after that beginning. What were some things you saw from them with that fight?
Well, I mean, we talked at halftime about don't change much. Just keep doing what we're doing. Maybe serve a couple more balls into the middle, especially when their back lines press back and we got numbers forward. That was the one thing I was a little upset with that we didn't do enough of. But yeah, just kept keeping the pressure on. And I'll tell you this, their keeper stood on his head. He was fantastic tonight. He literally kept them in the game. And so kudos to that kid. I can't remember what his name is, but kudos to him. But yeah, once we got that first one, that was huge because then it kind of really took the pressure off and guys weren't going to play tight. So, and you can kind of see that. And then just got to the point, it's like, okay, we don't want to go to overtime because coin flip could be huge with the win. So, fought through and just kept battling.
Yeah, you mentioned looking forward. Don't have a lot of time to rest. We'll be back at it on Thursday after playing a long marathon tonight. Yeah. What's going to be kind of the focus from a coaching perspective?
Tomorrow, I mean, it was going to be, that's the bad part about not playing on Monday. It's recovery plus get ready. Mm-hmm. And we got to go in the morning because storms are supposed to be coming in the afternoon, and we don't want to be in the gym. We got to be on the field, and we're going to share it with football because they're in the same boat as us. Pretty much everybody in Can's probably going to be in the same boat as us tomorrow when it comes to that. But it's just one of those things. It's like we got to come out, we got to kind of get healthy, and then just work on a couple things and where we want to attack against Ottawa because, I mean, that Ottawa game was close, but we really should have we had every opportunity to kind of extend it, but we kind of got lucky a little bit too, you know. Nate punts the ball and heads off one of their guys and goes in. So, and that's how we won the game. So, you know, we're going to be ready to go for them. I can tell you that. We're going to work on some finishing tomorrow and a couple other things, but keep it fairly light for the most part.
Yeah, overall, been a good season, a strong season for the team. What are some things that you look at from the season that you think the team really needs to isolate and continue to improve on?
We got to make sure we're not turning the ball over. There was too many times tonight we were turning the ball over in the middle of the field, and especially when we're going against the wind. And next thing you know, we're turned over and they're able to put pressure back onto us. So we got to be a little more clean with our first touch, and that's something we work on every single day. But it's something we kind of struggle with tonight. And some nights it's really good, and some nights it's not. And tonight was one of those nights that it wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible either because we were able to, you know, ping the ball around a little bit. So we got to continue that into Thursday. That's one thing we got to focus on, and just putting the ball in the back of the net when we get opportunities and being creative, which I felt we were for the most part tonight. But we got to continue that again on Thursday. So,
yeah, great. This is the Eudora Times Post-Game Show. I'm Cuyler Dunn, reporting for the Eudora Times.